Hi, and welcome to this, a lecture in the series of lectures on C# programming. This particular lecture will cover the basics of objects and UML. And I am your host and presenter, Dr. Peter O'Neill. Purpose. Again, many programs these days contain millions of lines of code, if not hundreds of millions of lines of code. Finding a particular line that does a particular task could take forever if we did not structure the way in which we create our code. Therefore, we use procedures to split the code up into sensible bits, also known as methods. We give these bits sensible names, then comment the code within these bits to assist us so we can find the bit we want. We then group these bits together, as I say, procedures, and they then are grouped together in what we call a class. And when we create an instance of that class, this is called an object. You drag items from the toolbox. For example, a button, a text box, a label, and so on. Each of these have objects, or can become objects. They have states, what state they are in, and these we call their properties. Of course we can set states and get states. For example, set button to text equals stop. Get x equals button to dot text. Object properties as UML. These classes that become objects, and in UML Unified Modeling Language, we can show as an object along with its properties, like this. So here is our button, which is our class. And within that, we have our properties, which are enabled, for example, or the width, or the text contained with it, and so on. Classes in UML. So here we are, mini calculator in UML. So we've got our calculator program at the top, which is our formal window, if you like. And then within it, we've got a text box, then a label, then a text box, then a label, then a label. In a very simple calculator, in our first text box, we've put the value. The label that's to the right of that first text box will become the either plus, minus, divide, or multiply, which is the buttons. And then the next text box will become the second value that we're going to add. Second label will then become the equal sign, and finally our last label will become the result. And this is called a class diagram. So this gives you a very brief understanding of what classes and UML are all about. However, I may point out to you, it is only a very brief description.
That's all, folks.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your participation throughout this course. I wish you every success with your continuing academic endeavours.